TJ, we've talked a lot about the caliber of teams in this league and how, I guess you guys were behind the eight ball in a couple of these losses recently. Is this a different category of a loss for you?
I'd say, for our guys, our team, having more personal pride is really important. We talked about that a lot in the locker room. And, again, we respect every team we play, especially in this league. Everybody's good. And it's more about us, having pride to play hard every possession, having pride to finish plays, having pride to bring tremendous effort every single possession. So, again, they did a great job, certainly weathering the storm in the first half and playing in the second half. But, we've just got to have more personal pride in what we do. And it's we feel like our backs are against the wall to do that. And, it's certainly disappointing. We've got to get right back to work because we got a quick turnaround.
Going back to maybe the second half of K-State, the offense seems to be a major struggle. What's failing to happen there?
Well, people are pressuring us more and trying to make us beat them off the dribble and play for one another off the dribble, and we haven't done a great job doing that. So we've got to be better when people pressure, more attacking. I thought it was more of an adjustment on their end. How they defended us isn't as much what they normally do, but felt like they could pressure us more. So we know that's coming. That's what we're working against in practice. We've got to do a better job as a unit playing together. When we've been at our best, it's been everybody moving and sharing the basketball. And, it's a time of the year for, especially like for some of our older guys, like we just need to step up and make plays. We need to finish plays at the rim. We need to take great shots. And I think we can't let our offensive disappointment affect how we defend, because in that second half, they got in a great rhythm. And to me, it wasn't anything to do as much with our defense as offensive disappointment carrying over, and then we're not as aggressive as we need to be on the defensive end.
You talked about being more aggressive and attacking. I think you had 14 of 24 on twos. Does that just compound the issue when you're getting to the rim and missing shots?
Yeah, it does. I mean, we had a lot of them early. We were up 14-3, and we still probably left 5 or 6 layups on the table that we need to convert. And then certainly it's an entirely different feel to the game, and our guys are different. So, we had a lot of looks at the rim, a lot of looks in the paint, things that we work on a daily basis, and we need to demand that we finish those plays and come away with those points.
TJ, how do you lately opponents have been defending Jaron and Gabe, real tight. How do you free them up?
Well, more than anything, it's got to be ball movement, player movement, everybody sharing the basketball. When our team's been effective, it's been a lot of guys 10, 12, 14 points getting into double figures. So they need to also take the right opportunities that are there and not feel like they need to press. But it comes down to us having better ball movement, us playing for each other, and then everybody doing what they can do to contribute to the offense. Everybody's got to step up, finish plays when they have that opportunity, and knowing that if they do, that's going to make it tougher for teams to stay home on those guys and take opportunities away from them.
PJ, when you touched on the message you shared with the team about points of pride, these guys have been receptive to that all year. Do you feel like, you've still got a lot in front of you, that they're in the right spot to, get right back on track?
We certainly still have a lot in front of us. Being in the right spot, we've got to, after that performance, I can't tell you that we're in the right spot or we're in the right spot as that game wound down. We certainly demand more, have higher standards, expect more from ourselves. So, like I said, we're going to learn a lot about who we are as a group and who we are as people right now, and what our pride factor is based on, what happened out there today. And we've got to dig deep. We've got to find a way. And that's what we're going to do, these next 2 days as we prepare to go into Monday night.
For you guys defensively in the second half, where did you feel like the breakdowns were most glaring?
Yeah, for us, it's our ball pressure at all times, and our ball pressure is great when we feel better about our offense. And I think guys get a little bit tentative when their shot's not going. Now they're in rhythm. A guy like Jacob Groves, who we know is a catch-and-shoot player from 3 that spend time working on taking those shots away. But the ball was moving too much in that second half. It just was. And again, I think, there's certainly, yes, defensively we've got to be stubborn, tough, regardless of what's happening offensively. But I mean, essentially, that's what happened. They got into rhythm, and even as poorly as I thought we finished offensively in the first half, we still held them to 23. In the second half, we let it impact us too much. We've talked a bunch right out of the locker room how we need to get stops, and that's been something that when we've played better, we've usually done. And today they came out and just started scoring the ball at will to start the second half.
You've had some success against Sherfield. Kind of, what's went into containing him?
Again, we've done a good job. We've pressured him. We've not let him get open looks from three. I thought he had a lot of challenge looks today. We stay into the basketball, make him play inside the three-point line as more of a passer instead of a scorer. And, of the things that we didn't, a lot of things we didn't do well out there. Based on what the stats say, I guess, we did an okay job containing him that way.
Caleb obviously didn't shoot it great, but what did he give you in 28 minutes or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, defensive intent. I mean, our defense is built more on a four guards, fly around, generate turnovers, speed people up. So we had a little bit more of that today. Turn them over 18 times. Hopefully it allows us to space the floor and spread people out more. Because you get to this point in the season and people are really playing personnel heavy. So guys that aren't great perimeter shooters or haven't proven that, people don't guard those guys in the perimeter. They jam the paint, makes it tougher to finish plays. So Caleb gives us additional spacing, ball movement, defensively, his ability to pressure the basketball and fly around is important.
What's the morale in your locker room right now?
I think our guys overall, they're certainly disappointed in what happened. I mean, we don't ever want to play like that, especially at home in front of our fans, and we want to have a lot more pride. I need to do a great job making sure we're confident going into Monday night. As a coach, there's always that line you want to walk. There's a toughness. You've got to dig deep and have a grit, and you've got to feel good and be confident going out there to play. So regardless of how they feel in this moment, I'm sure they don't feel very good. My job is to make sure that they feel, a tremendous sense of playing with pride and toughness and still have the confidence to go out there and finish plays and score the basketball.